So you've got this dream, right? You want to start your own travel agency, help people make incredible memories, and build a business you're actually passionate about. It is a fantastic goal. But here's the tough truth. A lot of new agencies don't make it. And the number one reason? It's often a business plan that's basically dead on arrival. Today, we're going to break down the 5 fatal flaws you absolutely have to look out for. Think of your business plan as your roadmap to success. So today, we're going to look at why your financials might be pure fiction, how targeting everyone actually means you're reaching no one, and the danger of having a marketing plan that's, well, missing. We'll also dig into what a real growth plan looks like, the risks you can't afford to ignore, and then finally, how to put it all together into a winning strategy. So let's get started with the money. Okay, let's dive right into this first fatal flaw because it is all about the money. Getting your numbers wrong from the get-go is like trying to navigate a new city without a map. You are going to get lost, and you're going to get lost fast. Look, it's easy to dream about huge profits, but the reality of the travel industry is, a bit more modest. After all the suppliers, the hotels, the tour operators, take their piece of the pie, a typical agency's profit margin is going to land somewhere between 10 and 20%. So if your business plan is projecting anything higher than that without a very good reason, that's a huge red flag that your whole financial foundation is built on shaky ground. And just like an iceberg, most of the costs that can sink you are the ones hidden right below the surface. We're talking about things like professional liability insurance. You have to have it. Then there are the membership fees for industry groups like ASTA or CLI, not to mention subscriptions for the booking platforms and the GDS you need just to operate. And that last one, a contingency fund, that is your lifeboat. It is absolutely non-negotiable. Now, this timeline shows a critical, and I mean critical, reality that so many business plans just ignore. It's called the cash flow gap. You do all the work up front, right? But you often don't see a dime of that commission for 30, 60, or even 90 days after your client gets back from their trip. This means you could be completely cash poor for months, even if you're slammed with bookings. Your business plan has to account for this delay.
Here is a quick break. If you want to master the digital marketing secrets to grow your travel agency business and get hundreds of leads, I've created a complete step-by-step guide, which you can download for free from the link in the description box. Now, let's continue.
All right, let's move on to the next sign. This is a big one. Let's see how a total lack of focus can completely sabotage your marketing and branding efforts right from day one. Just look at the difference here. Anyone who likes to travel, that's basically a black hole for your marketing dollars. But adventure travel for solo women over 50, now that is a specific group you can speak to directly. You can become their go-to expert. Having a niche makes you memorable and makes you marketable in a sea of people who are just trying to be everything to everyone. So, the next step is to go even deeper than just a niche and create what's called a buyer persona. I mean, give your ideal client a name. What do they care about? What are their biggest frustrations when they try to book a trip? Those are their pain points. This detailed profile becomes your North Star for every single decision you make, from the trips you design to the exact words you use in your emails. And now for flaw number 3. Relying on your friends and family and just, hoping that word of mouth will magically build your business, that is a recipe for total failure in this day and age. If your entire marketing plan can fit on a sticky note, you don't have a plan. Take a look at this. I mean, the data doesn't lie. Over 80% of people start planning their trips with a search engine. Relying on people to just walk into your office, that's a business model from like 30 years ago. Your clients are online, and if your business plan doesn't have a solid digital strategy, your agency is pretty much invisible. A real marketing plan understands how this whole sales funnel works. You can't just yell, "Book with me," into the void. First, you have to create awareness. Then you nurture their interest with valuable content. Then you build trust when they're considering their options. And then, only then, do you guide them toward booking. Each one of these stages needs a different tactic, and your plan has to address all of them. This brings us to a really critical question that every single founder needs to ask themselves. Is your plan setting you up to build a valuable, scalable business? Or are you just creating a really high-stress job that you can never, ever leave? Think about it. If your business plan revolves entirely around you, your knowledge, you handling every client, you doing every single task, then you don't really own a business. You own a job. And it's a job that can't function without you, which means it can never, ever grow beyond you. So, what's the solution? You have to think in terms of systems right from day one. Start documenting everything you do. Create checklists for your standard bookings. Use templates for client emails. A system is just a repeatable process that gives your clients a consistent, high-quality experience no matter who's doing the work. Because ultimately, these systems, these are the things that transform your job into a real business. They're what allow you to eventually hire help, to scale up your operations and build something that has value even when you're not there. A business plan without a path to systems is really just a plan for stagnation. Okay, let's move on to our final and honestly, maybe the most dangerous flaw of all, completely ignoring the very real legal and financial risks of being in the travel industry. A plan that overlooks this stuff isn't just flawed, it's reckless. This chart here maps out the solution perfectly. For every major risk out there, there's a specific protection you need. What if a supplier goes bankrupt after your client paid? Well, errors and omissions insurance can cover you. What about handling sensitive client data? You have to comply with privacy laws like GDPR or CCPA. Your business plan needs to clearly identify these risks and then outline exactly what you're going to do to protect yourself. Okay, so we've identified all the problems. But, recognizing a flaw is only half the battle. Now, let's pivot and talk about how to turn that failing plan into a powerful strategy that actually leads to success. Here is the single most important mindset shift you can make. Your business plan is not a static document. It's not some homework assignment you write once, file away, and then forget about. It is a living, breathing tool that you should be constantly testing, reviewing, and updating as you learn more about your clients and the market. And the good news is you can totally fix this. The path forward is really clear. First, you audit your current plan against all these flaws we just talked about. Then, you revise it with real, actual data. Don't be afraid to seek guidance from mentors or experts. Treat your plan like a hypothesis that you're constantly testing and tweaking. And finally, commit to staying educated in an industry that is always, always changing. So I'll just leave you with this one question to think about. Take a hard, honest look at that document that's supposed to be guiding your dream. Is it truly a roadmap to success, or have you accidentally drawn a map that leads directly to failure? The great news is you now have the tools to change course.